Happy Father's Day. Happy. I'm trying to cool off. It was hot earlier today. It's still a little warm. I thought I would take the little CB500X Honda for a ride. Yep. I'm gonna go up by the watershed. Glassy Mountain Church of God. Poinsett Bridge Heritage Preserve to the right. I think I'm gonna keep going this way. Yeah. Right on down the road a little further. When I was younger, I used to come up and go on top of Glassy Mountain about every weekend. Wasn't many houses out here then, but there's a lot of building that's been going on. Especially, I think, right down here. For sure there's a new one right here on the left. Yep. There's a new house. Those two nice homes. Huh. Careful, straighten up. Whoop. Don't want to be going around the curb, hit that sand, you'll be upside down sideways. Most of these roads in South Carolina have become just total trash, especially back roads. If you look at this road, you got to be careful. It's falling apart. You're liable to run up on a big, huge pothole. There's old Galaxy 65 Galaxy. Huh. Right here we can take a right. See what's down through here. I haven't been out this road in a while. Back when I was brave enough to get on a bicycle, this was one of the roads I would ride. Which out here you didn't run into a whole lot of traffic, so that was a plus. Now there's a lot more traffic out here, which I haven't run into anybody yet. This right here says violators will be shot, survivors will be shot again. You better believe it. Hey, out here. Yeah, this is Dark Corner, South Carolina. Church. A lot of little small churches around. Used to back in the day, there was a lot of moonshine making went on up in these hills, this whole area. There probably still is some. Oh man. There was a storm out earlier, but that's the reason I went this way. I was going to go out and go up to Columbus, go across Skyluca Mountain, but there was a storm hitting up there, so I'm like, I'm going to try to stay, if possible, stay away from the storms. I'm going to go up through Saluda and then maybe make my way back down. Turtle. Look out, turtle. You need to get out of the road. Box turtle. Bunch of old trucks out there. Huh. That's been that way ever since I've started coming out here a long time ago. Probably over 20 years ago. They've always had those old trucks out there. They must do something with them, I guess. Or they collect them, maybe. Little pond on the left. No trespassing. Oh man, that house out there burnt down. Huh. Wow. Private road. Surprised I hadn't run across any bicycles. This used to be a really strong route for bicycles. I have not passed one bicycle. Maybe they don't ride this anymore. If they do, we might see some going up the watershed, which will, I'll be taking a right here. That will take us up. This heads up toward the watershed. Beautiful country out here. Little mountain up there, little ridge. House, nobody's there anymore. Huh. I hadn't been out here in a while. I don't look like anybody's living in that trailer up there. It's like a decent trailer. They're still there. They've been there a while. Nice little place. Or a trailer, that is. I don't know what this is. Almost looks like somebody was doing it. Maybe a tiny home or something. I don't know. Yep. I think Greenville Watershed, they own this. Looks like a gas station right there. Huh, they did some, painted it up, fixed it up. So when Helena hit, this was shut down for a long time, and I made my way through here one other time just recently, and I couldn't really see why they had it closed. I couldn't see where a landslide or anything was going on, but I don't know. We'll look a little harder today. This will go up watershed, or I could go on up, follow this road on up, go around Lake Summit, make my way back that way. I'm gonna do that. In the wintertime, when the leaves are off the trees, you can see the Greenville watershed, but when it's like this, it's hard to see it. It's over here on the right. Out in there. Yeah, this road's in bad shape. It's been falling apart for quite a while. There's some watershed out there. Can't see it too good. But you can in the wintertime. Wintertime you can ride up. Get a pretty good view of it. No wonder nobody's riding a bicycle up through here. The road's falling apart. It's rough up through here. Hard to tell on me. There's a good view of the watershed. Greenville watershed. Emergency parking only. Pretty. That's a pretty lake. I can see a little bit. The water looks blue-green down in there. Huh. I would stop and walk down there, but they don't allow you to come on that property. It's fun. I'm never in a hurry. I'm just putting along 42 miles an hour. I wasn't videoing it, but me and my buddy rode a couple weeks ago, and a turkey, I don't know how I missed it. He come up, I couldn't see him. He was in the weeds on the right. And when I did see him, he flew up right in front of me, and I don't know how I missed him. It was like I always brake. I had already braced for impact because he was just like, there he is, it's too late. He got by somehow, got by me. So I could have taken a right back there and it took me to Saluda, but instead I'm going to ride on up to Lake Summit and make my way around Lake Summit up here. Wow, this road is just trash. I mean trash. Look at this. Oh my gosh. South Carolina, where politicians rape you. Somebody's putting all that money in their pocket. They sure ain't spending it on the roads. Look at this. It's like third world country stuff. I mean, it's terrible. This motorcycle, I mean, the ride's not too bad, but it's like almost like I'm off-road. It's so rough. Sad, sad state the world's in. What's even sadder is all these rip-off artists has been ripping us off for years for the tax money. It's all coming to a head, and it's actually all come to an end. Well, I won't get into that. Wow, this road is total trash. I'm gonna stand up. Wow. Like they were fixed a little section there. Yep. Whew. This may have something to do with the bicycles not wanting to come up through here. I mean, some of them probably don't care so much, but this is bad. This road. It's I could stop and let you get a better look at it, but it's rough. It's hard to even find any good section of it to ride on. This is an off-road bike, so that helps. I'm standing up in the saddle. That's another thing I like about this bike, being able to stand up. If you ride for a long ways, that's a huge plus. If you can stand up on a bike. This is I also have an Africa Twin. I need to take my Africa Twin and go hit the Blue Ridge Parkway, which it had gotten to where it was so crowded it was not fun like it once was, but I still know some routes on the Blue Ridge Parkway I'd like to go check out. Get back up there. It's beautiful up there. I could go spend a day and it's just awesome. I don't know if Mount Mitchell, if you can get up to the top of Mount Mitchell, I'd like to see. I'd like to go up there. I love that place. Especially if it's hot in the summertime. Mount Mitchell is the highest mountain on the East Coast, so that is an awesome place to visit when it's hot. Low humidity, and the Fraser firs, I mean, the smell up there is just awesome. I love that smell, those pines, those Fraser fir pines. And there's so many of them, it's just really strong in the air. That's a camp over there, old graveyard. Yeah, there's some old graves out there. Yep. Way on up. You could I could follow this on up and you can go to Hendersonville this way. I think this is like the old 25 it went to make your way up to Hendersonville. right. If I want to go to the left, there's Double Dragon Sons of a... How about you? Huh. For sale right here. With a nice view of a old trailer right across from it. My turn. Gonna be right down here somewhere. I think this is where you go to, you follow that and it'll take you over to DuPont Forest. Oh, here we go. This is my turn. Old Greenville. Old Greenville Highway. Let's make our way down this little gravel road. It's a little side entrance to, uh-oh. Looks like Blake lived there. Hammock. Drying all the clothes on the front porch. I want to be a hillbilly praying for the rain. Drink corn whiskey, raise a little cane. You can have the big city. I want to be a hillbilly. Alright, that's it. I'm not singing for y'all anymore. Lake Summit Road. We're going to hit a little bit of asphalt. Go a little ways out through here on asphalt, and then it turns back into gravel. Yep, nice little ride. Lake Summit. Beautiful little lake. Beautiful little lake. Yes, that's nice. Nice little tree. Looks like a Fraser fir there. I've got two motorcycles, and if I sell one, it's going to wind up being the Africa Twin. It's heavy. It's a big heavy bike. I'm getting older. I can still handle it, but I'm not a tall guy. 5'7", 160 pounds. But that bike is fun. It's got a lot more power than this one, but most of the time I'm not in a hurry. Look at that. Look at those sailboats out there. Look at that. Looks like Flying Scots. Look, that's what it is, maybe. I'm a sailor, so I love to sail. Love the sailboat stuff. Cruising around on the pontoon, enjoying the day. Nice. Somebody ought to be sailing out there today, man. There's wind. What are y'all doing? Old bridge right over here, look. Uh-oh. Got some people down there fishing. That's the old bridge before they built this bridge I'm on now. Yep. They've got it closed off on the end so nobody can get on it. Yep. Alright. Little cove goes back in there. Make sure nobody's coming. Let's travel. That come look like a prime delivery guy. Yep, Flying Scots, and I think there's some other kind of boat out there. Huh. Nice. Got them on a mooring. Check it out. Got them moored up. Don't know what that other little boat is. Let's get off this asphalt. What the? Locate. I like humble people. Yeah. What you gonna do? Look at that little cabin. That is nice. Look at that. It's small. There's a lot of big homes. That's not big, but there's some monster houses out here. And then they've got the lake there. There's some more sailboats. That is cool. No, that's not a sailboat. I take that back. That was a flagboat. Now that's a sailboat. That is a sailboat. I'm glad I come up here to ride around. I almost didn't come. I didn't feel too good. I was feeling tired. I'm like, I got to get on the motorcycle. Once I get on the motorcycle and go, it's like it gives me a little bit of a adrenaline rush. Yeah. You can catch little pieces of the lake where they haven't blocked it off with their little fences. Look at there. That's new. That's a new build. Oh my gosh. No, it's not a new build. That was a house there, and I bet somebody bought it and they're revamping it. Yeah. It's beautiful back in here, peaceful. It's just strange though, because I mean it's so nice today. It's like, where's everybody at? Nobody's out jogging, running around. I don't see a lot of people out on the lake. Let's see, it's Sunday, right? Yeah, there's one boat. Looks like a fishing boat out there. Oh, there's a neat little cabin there. Really clean. Another little home there. Then you got these. That's a whopper right there. Look at that house. Big. Another big one right here. But nobody's home. Where y'all at? Can I borrow you home while you at your other home? I'll take care of it, promise. No parties. Make my way around the cove. This road here makes its way all the way around the lake. Yeah. My little CB500X, this bike is like a blast. It's like a blast. Right. that's enough of that. No, I don't like to get hung up on no negative, and that was too negative, way too much. They haven't been long put some new gravel down on this road. But I am shocked at the fact that there's not many people up here doing anything. I mean, I would be maybe a lot of these people don't live up here. They come in maybe like a summertime home or something, I'm not sure. I mean, June, this is a good time of year to be out here messing around. Little cove right here, look at that, that's really neat the way they did that. Look at the sticks and the awning, that's nice. Fireplace right here, awesome little setup there. Lake view, that's definitely a lake view. And there's a house. Normally if there's that, there's a house up there somewhere, a big huge house, you can't see it. Up in there, there's the steps goes up to it. A lovely little lake. I know a man that has a little spot on this lake. I need to get with him. He told me he would help me get on that lake. I've got a little pickup pram sailboat. I'd love to get permission to get out there and play around with it on the weekend. But that older fella that was I hadn't seen him in a while. He's a member at Kiwi Sail Club that I'm a member of. I think we're getting close to the end of it out here. Pretty decent sized lake. It's not a big lake by no means, but it's decent. Plenty big enough to go sailing on it. Look at that. I'd be having a good time out there. I need to talk to some people, see if I can figure out how I can get on that lake. Go up and spend the day with my... I said we was at the end. We're not at the end. We got a good ways to go. I thought we were getting close to the end. But if we stop right here... Well, that's the end over there. That's the dam. If you can see the dam, hang on, let me pull up here. So, yeah. There's the dam over there. And I want to say that the Lower lake, Green and maybe the Narrows. This is one of them. I think there's a couple of them that feed, but I think this is the lake that feeds it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Nice view right here. I can sit here all day. Just hop off, hang out. neat what they did with this in here. Look at that stream coming in. That is awesome. Look at this. Golly. That is beautiful. No trespassing. Can't come up in here, but that is beautiful. Wow. There's a house up there. That is just beautiful. Somebody's been working on that. And then it ties into this over here. That is really neat. Look at that. Awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's somebody got some money. Nice. Nice little setup. There's a house up there somewhere. Can't see it from here. Yeah, I'm sure it's there. Well, here's some people. The other end, there isn't any hardly. There's a Jeep. Somebody's right here, looks like. I come from the poor side of the track, so I didn't ever have any family or anything that had money, which is, I'm good with that. My Bible says to be content with what you have, and that's what I am. Very content with what I have. God's blessed me over and above what I would ever expect. Being able to work for myself for years, I mean, it's, you know, that's a big, huge deal. That kind of freedom is what anybody in this country can have if they're willing to work. Can I have some of this road? Thank you. Oh, he's just on a motorcycle. Let's see. Walking the dog. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Let's go. Giddy up. Washboard, washboard. Oh, they've had to do some serious work up here. I hadn't been in here in a long time. And look at what they had to do right there. Right there and right there. Look at that. Looks like it's going to fall down. Wow. There's a road up there. Probably went to somebody's home. They had to... That doggone all them rocks look like they're about ready to fall off the side of the hill. That would wipe you out. This takes me down to Saluda, North Carolina. I'm going to make my way to Saluda, and then I'm actually going to go down out of Saluda. There's another gravel road I can take that takes me down, and then I'm going to hopefully be able to get through to go through the bad section that takes me down to Tryon. We'll see. Me and my buddy Tim went to it if I hadn't shut it completely down. Went through it a couple weeks ago. Wow, I've enjoyed this ride. Nice, been nice. The temperature is just perfect. This little Honda CB500X is a blast too. I've only used a little bit of gas. I've got it set up with a Corbin seat. It's a really comfortable bike. Looks almost like a tractor seat, but I don't care. I can sit in this thing all day long and ride. All day. Let's go find the bottom here. We're almost there. Be careful on this gravel. Gotta be careful on gravel. You wind up on your side if you're not careful. This is a lot of this is fresh gravel. I don't think it's been put down long. And fresh gravel is kind of hard to ride on a motorcycle. There's the tarmac, or what we call it here in the United States. That's asphalt, buddy. Vacation cabin rentals. Cabin fever up in there. You can go up in there and have some cabin fever. Enjoy stays. Yeah. I've never rode up there to see what it's all about. Let's take a right and head over here to Saluda. Coming into town, coming into Saluda, little Saluda town. Yeah, that's a wall cloud. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. If you've ever been a part of any studying the weather or emergency stuff, they teach you to find those, and at the bottom of them usually a bad storm, which that's about right, because that was up near Saluda. I heard it, the thunder. All right, hang on, let's talk about this. Look at this. Green River Barbecue, right there. A bunch of people out there. Unless something's changed, that had to be some of the worst barbecue I've ever had. I tried it 2 or 3 times. It was terrible. Maybe they have new management now. You're rolling the dice if you go in there and eat, that's all I can tell you. Not good. I should try them again, because I think they do have new management. Up here is a little bar where people hang out. We're about to run out of battery. I got to be really focused. This is where the road got tore up so bad. Hope a rock don't come down and take me out. Really wiped this place out in here. Look at that hill over there. I don't know how it didn't take this bridge out. That was a miracle in itself right here. bridge. Stay in the center of the road. Watch out for the power lines. Wow. Road is closed. Unless you're on a motorcycle. This is where I got stuck when I was going up to right after it happened. I noticed some surveying. Look at this. See, whoa, look out, Brian. Look at that right there. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Don't fall down in the hole. Let's get on down this hill. Man, it wiped this place out through here. I've been through here a few times after it happened. And I really wish I seen more progress in here where they was working on it, but they're not. But it really wiped it out. It's going to take a lot of work to fix this. Look at that. Half the road gone. Right there. Sketchy. Sketchy back in here. I should be getting down to the bottom of this just here in a second. I'm just hoping I don't run into anybody. All I want to do is pass through and keep on trucking. Not have to go back. Here we go. Oh no. There it is. Yeah, I can get around. See the path? There we go. Nice. I saw some guys go around through there on Harleys. I'm like, man, y'all be careful. It's pretty low. If you got a Harley, it's pretty low. That's okay. All right, we out of the hot spot. Headed back down the hill. I don't have much battery left, and I do not have much memory left on my video card. I thought it went out earlier, but it's still, I was able to turn it back on for the bad section. So that was good. Next stop will be Tryon. I'm on my way back to home base. It's probably been peaceful up in here since everything happened, because the traffic's usually pretty heavy through here, because a lot of people love to run that up through Saluda up to Hendersonville, including me. But it's gonna be a while, looks like. It's gonna be a while. Caramai has moved to Landrum. There used to be a Caramai restaurant right over there. It looks like they're gonna try to build a road back. There is some homes over there, looks like. Huh. Log cabin. Been pretty peaceful today. Not many people out on the road. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day again. Yeah, it's been peaceful today. Riding. Not many people out. Yep, there's some people out there at that little rental home, Airbnb. I think they have several Airbnbs up down through here. Well, I'm gonna make my way around this. I'm not going fast at all, but they were really going slow.